this is something I don't usually see every day here. 10 Things I Hate About Star Citizen by Board Gamer. What? All right, let's just check out what BG has to say. BG, a very nice dude. He congratulated me when I hit 10,000 subscribers last year, and he's just like, "Hey, DG, congrats, man." And I was like, "Wow, that was really nice of Board Gamer." Let's see what he hates about Star Citizen.
Hello and welcome to some more Star Citizen. I wanted to talk about things I hate about Star Citizen. Normally I talk about the Star Citizen news or things that I like, but I've been covering Star Citizen for over 7 years now, so I have quite a list of things I dislike. This ranges from things in game, things about development, things about the project, and in no particular order I'll start with elevators. Oh! I hate elevators in Star Citizen. Someone had the great idea to make elevators physicalized.
Do you think Board Gamer's trying to make it so that people understand he's not a white knight and he's like trying too hard about this? Put a 1 in chat if you think he's trying to do that. Or do you think this is just him feeling like he needs to get this off his chest? Like, I don't know. Put a 2 if you feel like he thinks he's just trying to get off his chest. Put a 1 if you think that he's actually just doing this because so many people call him a white knight.
You actually move to the place that you're going to in the elevator rather than just teleporting you there. But elevators move.
Which, by the way, I hate the whole polarization. I hate the white knight naysayer bullshit because, like, when it comes to the end of the day, I'm just hitting this like with rationality. You know what I mean? Look, we got some 2s. We got some 2s. We got a 1. Interesting. We got a 1. Okay, we're split. We got a 1. Okay, 3 1s, 2 2s. The 1s have it so far. Interesting split right there. Kiss says, I actually feel like he just felt like he had to put something out over Christmas and there's not much going on. Could have been that, Kiss. Could have been that because he's always on it with news. Maybe it was a dry news day. Maybe he just wanted to put that out there too. But that was not an option, Kiss. That was not an option. But I'll put 3 in there for you. So just go ahead, press 3, and you got this.
A really weird way. Yeah, it's physicalized, but sometimes they effectively like move through things they shouldn't be able to move through. But that's besides the point. The problem with elevators is that they are the most buggy thing in Star Citizen, I think. If you cannot get an elevator to work, if it does not come down, if it does not take you to the location you want to go to, you just can't leave a landing zone. You can't participate in playing the game. You can't access your ship. You can't get into a bunker to do a mission. They also seemingly break just randomly as part of a build or patch, and it's happened consistently over the last few years. Elevators, I hate you. But that's okay because they hate me too. Something else I hate, I suspect most other people do as well. Long development time. Star Citizen is characterized by its hugely long development time and a bit of a confusion between, well, when's the game actually going to come out? We don't know. We don't know when it's going to come out. We don't know when Squadron 42 is coming out. We don't know when Star Citizen is coming out. Star Citizen has like thousands of moving pieces that they all want to sort of puzzle piece together. And yes,
when I see that, that's definitely makes me feel like this. Server tech, man. Server tech, physics, server tech, physics, OCS, object containers, memory, server tech.
They are building out that core experience at the moment, and they're actually pretty close to having a lot of the core of the engine in the game done. We're moving into territory where they're going to be having Alpha 4.0 maybe at the end of 2023, and by that time we'd have the first iteration of server meshing, we'd have Vulkan integration, we'd have a new star system, and you'd be able to move between them with jump point, Stanton, and Pyro. They may be on the way to finishing the resource management system and the master modes if they haven't already. But even after all that's done, we're still going to be a few years out from like a live release of the game. There's just so much to it. And even after the game's released, there's going to be a huge amount more work they do beyond that, adding more and more and more. And although I genuinely think that we're going to have something akin to a quite complete beta or even live build
we'll still have fun.
4 years sort of time, I do expect Cloud Imperium to maybe have 10 years of development plans already. And why do I say that? Because that's how long they've leased their office for in the UK. I'd expect them to renew that lease after 10 years, but that suggests to me that they've got at least 10 years of plans.
Well, listen to me. I honestly think once Squadron 42 comes out, it will be a boost. Hopefully it's successful, but I also think they're going to expand into other areas. I think the larger they start to get, they'll start to expand like Frontier Development did. And Frontier Development, I don't know exactly how many employees employees are there, what the comparison is there, other than saying that you saw how David Braben and Frontier Development started to split up into other games, which I think every game development company eventually does. And believe it or not, I think it'll happen to Cloud Imperium as well, which we're not even going to talk about that because that's going to make me feel all types of like, oh no, like I just want all my focus to be on Star Citizen.
It's connected to long development times. Well, maybe it's not. Delays. Oh, I hate delays. We all hate delays. People have different views on delays as well. So I'll give you an example of what I mean by delay. 3.18 is planned to be out by the end of the year. And
I miss the West Coast,
it's not out. And they go, well, actually, we're going to make the live build. I'm going to push it to January. Now, that's not sort of like devastating or, oh my God, this has ruined my life or anything like that. It's just annoying. It's something I really dislike. I want more in my hands rather than less. I don't like delays. I understand delays. I'm totally up for, well, actually, we don't want to release a live build because it's just not ready. It's going to be too buggy to release to the live build. It's going to give everyone a bad time. Let's give it a little bit longer to get it in a much better state. Cool. Totally understand. I just hate delays still. And delays are markedly different, in my opinion, than sort of long development times because a delay is, well, something that's expected that Cloud Imperium even expect to have, but it's just not ready for some reason, either due to reprioritization or because there are bugs or block.
Or could be management. Could be management. Could be workflow. Could be management related and workflow.
Because for the next thing I hate, I'm going to throw a big wide net. Bugs. I hate bugs. So 30Ks, random disconnects.
Bugs are part of it.
Just randomly.
Bugs are part of it. Bugs are part of it.
When I don't deserve one, just because I know
bugs are part
someone
of it.
shot me. Some guy doing PvP that's a criminal shot me and gave me a criminal rating somehow. As a player, bugs are really annoying and can ruin your Star Citizen sort of play session. Hopefully, they don't too often. Game is alpha for a reason, right? And I choose to play it now because I enjoy it. But as a content creator, attempting to get any footage, it can be hell, especially.
And it's never as easy as Bad Bananas makes it look.
New patches. You'll be 5 minutes out from finishing something. You just need one critical, 2-minute little piece of footage. And the game's crashed and you can't get back on. Or, oh no, some weird bug has occurred and respawned you, or you can't move, or you're now dead. You're doing something with a group of mates and one of you literally just is stuck somewhere.
Totally agree with him on that one. I got your back on that one, BG.
So those preventative bugs are just so annoying. 30Ks when you're just about to do something, you've been sort of organizing something for hours. Think of the Daymar rally. They 30K when they're 3 hours in.
Oh my God. Poor Atmo getting that together. Dude, any type of event, man. Oh my God. And ask Luigi. Ask Luigi with XGR too as well. Anytime you try and get something together, oh my God, you better take the day off.
How annoying. Now, interestingly, performance and sort of single-digit frame rates are not one of my concerns anymore. That would have been on my sort of things I hate about Star Citizen maybe a couple of years ago, maybe a little bit longer. But actually, performance and generally bugs are a lot better for Star Citizen overall. The game does get better and better each patch typically, and significantly more playable. Good things, get out of my list. Miscommunication and reprioritization is the next thing on my list. Sort of I've merged these together. So Star Citizen has this contrast of being the most open project ever when it comes to its development. Genuinely, obviously, of a project of its size.
It is very transparent.
Someone's sort of college project might be more open technically as a game project, but no. So AAA studio trying to produce this massive game chucks us a huge amount of information about it. However, seemingly on a dime, Cloud Imperium can reprioritize certain features or go, actually, we're not going to finish that feature. We're going to move on to this. What happened with things like Theatres of War? Well, it just wasn't ready enough. They needed to get some more sort of netcode stuff in, some better animation stuff in. And it looks like the team probably worked on things like the Siege of Orison. So they brought all the goodness, or a good amount of the goodness from work they've done on Theatres of War into the Siege of Orison and brought stuff into the business universe. Why did the Hull C keep on getting sort of delayed? And the Constellation Taurus, and there's a load of features like 2018. I had an interview.
Theaters of War is actually Jumptown. Back in the day when Sean Tracy announced that he was doing Theaters of War, now you don't hear anything about it. It's kind of I think they're just scrapping that. But back when they did that, I said, what's the point? I said, what is the point? You could do that with Jumptown, and boom, that's exactly what happened. Jumptown is Theaters of War. Just make it part of the experience, make it part of the PU. That's really the most important thing to do, right?
with Aaron Roberts, who said he was most excited to get the land claim gameplay in by the end of the year.
Sadaball would be a mess if they tried,
and that
Lou.
never turned up. And that's because Cloud Imperium reprioritized.
I mean, they already had the tractor beams. If they wanted to do Sadaball, it wouldn't really be that difficult.
Essential, obviously. They have to change stuff.
They just need a
to
force
move,
field
to
and a
different
cargo
areas
container.
of the game. What makes sense? Some stuff's just not. It's just not there yet. It's not ready yet. They look at it and go, actually, we're not going to be able to do that because we need all these other features in. We need server meshing in, or we need persistent entity streaming in, or whatever. However, they don't always communicate that with us, and there's some links in the chain that get broken and just sort of ignored.
Yeah, you already can't
but then
do
Cloud Imperium go, oh,
essentially.
we're now working on this. Have a look at the roadmap. That has the most up-to-date information on it, but sometimes that is without
Roadmaps
context.
Make me
and often
tilt.
Cloud Imperium don't
Roadmaps
tell us
tilt me.
about what they've reprioritized
Roadmap
from
just
what
tilts me.
to what and why in enough detail. I suppose
away
what
from
I'll add on
roadmaps.
there to the miscommunication thing is the obscuring of the roadmap. So there are some confusing bits on the roadmap that aren't fully explained, and it feels like sometimes things get moved.
Like here's the thing. It's important to have goals. Like, it's important to, like, the project be on time, and the roadmap is important, and I understand its place. But, like, personally, me, I cannot stand anything roadmap related. I don't want roadmap news. I can look at the roadmap. I can see it. I can see when they don't accomplish their objectives. I can see when they can. And, like, frankly, it's too tedious for me, and I just want to make sure that things progress the way that they should. But somehow, every time I try and get involved with that type of, like, roadmap content, I get tilted. I get tilted because there's a lot of things that don't get done. And, like, the good and bad thing about the roadmap is they are transparent enough to show you what they think they should show you. By the way, that does not mean every single thing is hitting that roadmap. You know, like, it's really naive to think that everything on the roadmap is everything that they're working on. Like, everybody thinks that every single thing they're working on behind the scenes is like, it's on the roadmap, right? And that is not the way that it works, man. They're only sharing the things with you that they believe are important to put on that roadmap for you to share. And if there's something very important that they don't want to share, they will not put it on that roadmap. Do not think that they're actually putting it on that roadmap. So there is a lot of things they're actually working on that aren't even on the roadmap, right? And think about your own work. Think about where you work and your boss, and you guys do these meetings every week. If you do that, I don't know. I had a job. It was a very high-pressure sales job, and we had a weekly sales meeting. And at the weekly sales meeting, they had the whiteboard. They said, okay, DG, here's your sales for the week. This is where we need to be. These are the people you got to talk to, blah, 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 blah. So that's a guideline. That's a guideline, right? Did I get everything on that whiteboard done? Hell no. Most of the times I just drink coffee. But let's get back to the video.
Off the roadmap without greater context of why beyond, it wasn't ready.
I'm sorry, Lou. I'm sorry, dude.
Or due to reprioritizations, it was moved.
This is why you're so grumpy, Lou.
Especially from someone that follows
I understand
the
you
project
better
as closely
now, Lou.
as I do. I want to sort of know why something that I've been following for several months has suddenly moved off. Something else I hate: secrecy about Squadron 42. I want to know more about Squadron 42.
I don't.
Give me more.
Listen. I really don't. When it comes to Squadron 42, it's interesting. I want to blank myself out from Squadron 42 information because I feel like on a solo play experience, on a PvE kind of experience where they're telling a narrative and a story, it's a choose your own adventure wing commander type of thing, I don't really want to know a lot about Squadron 42. I don't, dudes. Like, that'll ruin my experience. It's like watching a video of a game you're about to buy, and then you watch the entire video, and then you're like, why do I need to buy the game now? Like, I already actually experienced it, everything. Like, have you ever done that? I've done that on a couple titles where I was tempted to watch videos of gameplay where the people just, like, burn through the whole thing and pretty much solve it or get to the point where, like, most of the game's already played. And then I go, why the F did I do that? I don't even want to buy the title anymore. So, like, when it comes to Squadron 40, I don't know, Shepard says the same. Shep's like, yeah, I kind of am the same way. But, like, yeah, you know what I mean? It's like, if I want to actually play the game, I really kind of keep myself away from, I'll look at the basic rating of the game and the reviews, but I don't want to dive too deep on it because I just want to be surprised by what it is that they've designed.
More information, not less.
Right.
Clan Imperium keep all the Squadron 42 information really close to their chest. And something else I'm going to bundle in here: no release dates.
I hope so,
I want
Kiss.
some form of release dates. I like release dates, and I also like them to stick to them. I've expected Squadron 42 to be out since the end of 2016. Yeah. How foolish I was. Yeah. Something that everyone's going to experience in 3.18. Something else I really dislike: irregular wipes in Star Citizen. Now, I don't mind a wipe in Star Citizen. I don't mind them going, bam, we're going to wipe the...
Okay, regular wipes kind of bug me too. I get them.
Rep, we need to get rid of our PPC, we need to get rid of the ships you've had in the game. It's a little annoying for people that have built stuff up. But, I mean, it's an alpha. They need to sort of test things with people where they go start from scratch again. I totally understand that. And sometimes there are database updates, which mean that they have to go, well, everything's written in an entirely different way. We can't import it. With 3.18, we know there's going to be a wipe. They've been very obvious about that. However, we don't know when there are going to be more wipes beyond that. It's just whenever they need them, which is a little annoying because I like to plan for things. I like to know how long I've got if I'm going to get another wipe in 3.18.1 and 3.19 and 4.0. I'd sort of like to know about it. I think there's very likely going to be a wipe in 4.0.
I get you, Lou. I get you.
Because they've got server meshing planned for that and probably some big database updates with that as well. But they might not. They might be able to import everything over. We just don't know. Oh, something else I hate. Having 3-week breaks in between Inside Star Citizens and things. So every sort of quarter, they have a break from content Inside Star Citizens and some of those videos because it's sort of like the end of the season. I want more development information. I want more shows like that. I want more things that can appear and show us. And those breaks... I just want more. I don't want them to have a break. Get some other content in there. Get some.
Dude, you got 1,000 employees. Make it happen. I totally agree. Like, you know, like they got so many locations, so many employees. We did see them up the bar on the Inside Star Citizen show. We definitely on Inside Star Citizen review night, Thursday night here on the channel. I can't wait till it comes back. And I agree with them. I think with the amount of people that they have, they should figure out a way not to take these really long breaks or get like a substitute group. You know what I mean? Bring in the B team. You know, when instead of like having this off time with the amount of people, bring in like a stand-in Jared, bring in people that haven't talked as much, get them on the show, put them on during this break time and be done with it. You know, like I totally agree with him on that.
Other segments sort of recorded, get some other
But they have raised the bar on the studio, which we wanted all year.
It doesn't have to be all on Jared's back to do everything, obviously.
So we know they're
I genuinely think he does a great job, but I would like to see more from Cloud Imperium filling those holes. Something I genuinely don't like to see in the Star Citizen community.
To be fair, that was the movie, Lou, but I understand.
Monetization model of buying ships is FOMO.
I had a great time with Wing Commander.
Fear of missing out from backers.
Got a little long in the tooth, but I like the first two.
Don't have to buy the ships that Cloud Imperium
and I love Privateer
sort of making or concepting or whatever.
Only the first.
You can literally just get a starter package and then earn that stuff in game. I sometimes see some of my viewers and people on Reddit and lots of people sort of commenting on, they really want to buy something, they really want to buy this ship on, or they want to melt one of the other ships that they love for it. You only need a starter package. Don't get rid of another ship that you love. That said, I don't mind a little bit of FOMO when it comes to events that Cloud Imperium run. So I want the events like Xenothreat and Jumptown, even Siege of Orison. I do want there to be a bit of hype around them and limited times around them, even if they're just sort of like running, even if they ran them 1 week every month or something, just so it sort of focuses players into doing them all at the same time.
Well, good they have events.
Something else I hate about Star Citizen, people ramming me. It is really annoying when someone just rams you, especially if you've got the better of them in a dogfight and they just go, well, you know what, boom, I'm going to knock into you. I don't mind sort of pirates or outlaws come and attack me, or
I endorse ramming. We endorse ramming here.
PvP, I suppose some people would call it. That's sort of part of the game to me. But if they know they're going to lose, or just to be an asshole,
enjoy the ramming.
Just ram you. It's just very annoying. That sounds like 10 things, right? That's how you do lists. 10 things I hate about Star Citizen. That's what we'll call this video. And don't get me wrong, I love Star Citizen. I am a Star Citizen fanboy.
We all know, BG, and that's why we think, you know, like it's a good thing that you're voicing. I think it's a good thing that he voices up on things that he doesn't like. You know, regardless of the intent or the reason why he does it. I mean, like, obviously he is concerned about views. He's somebody who's dedicated to and committed to his channel. You can see the hard work that he puts into his channel. I don't always agree with BG, but I admire the commitment. I admire his drive. And I think it's a good video for him to put out regardless of his intent behind it. Obviously, he is the type of dude who is worried about views only because, hey, he's trying to grow business. He's trying to grow a channel. He's trying to grow a following, and he takes it on the business side of things. He's a businessman. So I do respect BG for the amount of commitment that he's putting towards his channel and his fan base. So there you go. Let's see what's next, Pepe.